hard to describe the way you feel when your plane touches ground in South Africa. Most travelers have a lifetime of anticipation shaping their thoughts. How beautiful is Cape Town? Are there really penguins on the Cape of Good Hope? Will you see the Big Five? Before the wild stuff starts, most people recover from one of the longest flights in the world in Johannesburg. These days, the action is in the suburbs, where you'll find a variety of high-class hotels. There's the Michelangelo with its stunning lobby and decor, and the Sandton Sun and Towers, which offers 5-star rooms and excellent cuisine, especially the seafood buffet. What everyone really wants to do is go on safari. And there are several different ways to do it. For the real wild stuff, Lion World Tours works with private game reserves, such as Sabi Sabi, Londolozi, Urusaba, and many others. Sabi Sabi is located on the edge of Kruger National Park, and the accommodation is exquisite. Even the bathrooms have a view. At the private reserves, your intrepid rangers and trackers take you off-road into the bumpy veldt. Get ready for the ride of your life.
Hold on. A little drier of a bed here, but... Look at those antennae with saws.
This country offers many reasons to celebrate. There's Sun City, a casino resort that's sometimes called the Vegas of South Africa. The decor at the Palace Hotel is exquisite. And besides gambling, there's no shortage of things to do. But you don't ever get too far from the bush in Africa. Just 10 minutes away from Sun City is Pilanesberg National Park and Game Reserve.
Right, yeah, you're welcome to Pilanesberg National Park. Yeah, and this park was established in 1979, the same time with the Sun City. And it's situated on an extinct volcanic crater that has been erupted 1.3 million years ago.
Pilanesberg is different from Sabi Sabi, tamer. You don't go off the road and you don't pay quite so many rand. But you'll still see plenty of animals. The experience is 5-star and full of close encounters.
This is the white rhino, the white rhinoceros. Actually, we've got both black and white, but there is no color difference. Yeah, the body features and the habitat preference are different. You'll find that the body features, the white rhino is bigger than the black rhinoceros. And the white rhino is the one with big head, nearly touches the ground, and they've got a square lipped mouth. And the fully grown white rhinoceros can weigh about 2.5 tons.
After a close encounter like that, you'll be ready for a sundowner. There's no better place to sip on a gin and tonic and enjoy some fine cuisine than Bakabung, just outside the Pilanesberg gates.
Well, we are 4-star graded, so we would describe the atmosphere as being efficient but friendly and relaxed. We run a whole catalogue of wildlife activities here. We do scheduled game drives for up to 22 people at a time. We have bird and tree trails here that is complimentary for all our guests on a daily basis. And we have wildlife presentations, snake shows and slide shows for our guests on a regular basis.
Interested in the cultural scene? Lesedi Cultural Village is a fascinating stop on any itinerary, offering a glimpse into the country's tribal heritage. The show is full of energy, and there's no escaping audience participation. But if you really want to take the pulse of the new South Africa, include a tour to Soweto. Soweto was home to revolutionaries, including Nelson Mandela through the apartheid years, and Archbishop Desmond Tutu still lives here.
I think that entirely changed place, so it will be completely changed. You will see the suburbs that we are going to. So you can see that people are heading for the right thing and the good thing. Okay.
South Africa is big by anybody's standards, about the same size as Ontario, and amazingly diverse. Blyde River Canyon in the north has breathtaking scenery. Kruger National Park has the low veldt savanna that many people picture when they imagine Africa, and the Victorian splendor of Blue Mountain Lodge is set in lush, rolling hills.
We have a wonderful mix of indigenous bush, farmlands and forestry, which obviously attracts wonderful bird life. And interesting enough, we have in fact 4,000 aloe trees on this property. The Victorian suites are very gentle. Some have dramatic colours, but nonetheless they have a gentle atmosphere, fairly spacious, and we've positioned them so that there's total privacy for everybody.
And of course, there's the stunning beauty of Cape Town. This cosmopolitan city is flanked on one side by Table Mountain and on the other by the sea. It's a major stop on any tour of South Africa.
It's a really relaxed, wonderful town. If you look at Johannesburg or Cape Town is the place to be. Beautiful climate. We have a Mediterranean climate with winter rainfall in June, July. And we have long, hot summers, really hot, dry, glorious summers. We're experiencing a day like that today.
You'll definitely want to visit the colorful Malay Quarter with its brightly painted houses and cobblestone streets. There's also Green Market, filled to the brim with curios. Most of the action is down in the waterfront, and it's not just for tourists. Lots of locals hang out there too. This is the place to stay in Cape Town, and Lion World Tours offers a selection of hotels, including the Table Bay Hotel, with its prime location and bright, airy decor.
Table Bay Hotel has 329 rooms, 3 presidential suites in it, a health club, full gymnasium in that, an outdoor pool heated with a heated jacuzzi.
And there's also the lovely Commodore Hotel, which boasts an old-world ambiance combined with only the best amenities. Now, if you want the best view of Cape Town, there's only one way to go, and that's up.
The indigenous people, the Khoisan, referred to Table Mountain as Huri Kwacho, which meant mountain in the sea, because several thousands of years ago the water level was much higher, approximately 300 meters higher than it is today. So Table Mountain literally would have looked like a mountain sticking out of the ocean.
For guided tours, Lion World works with reputable local tour operators. The guides are always on the lookout for fun ways for their guests to experience local flavors.
Bones, it doesn't have any small bones, so if you find a bone, just pull it out. How does that taste?
It's very smoky, very.
Independent travelers might prefer to rent a car for a few days of exploring on their own, especially to the wine region. South Africa is producing some of the best wines in the world. There are over 2,500 of them on the market, and literally hundreds of wineries. Here at Plaisir du Mer, the harvest has just begun. This is one of South Africa's premier wineries, and after a sip or two with the winemaker, it's easy to see why.
But this one, which I've said previously, I think is the best Chardonnay that I've made up to now. It is very well developed. It's slightly sweet, although there's no residual sugar in this wine.
One of the most exciting excursions is down the Cape, the long, narrow point of land descending south from Cape Town. The first stop on this day trip is Hout Bay, the jump-off point for trips to see the Cape Fur seals.
There are about 4,000 seals, and the seals appear brown in color, but when they are born, they are black, and they're black when they're wet. And they consume about between 10 and 20% of their body mass every day.
It seems like there's a surprise around every corner in this country, and seeing penguins is a surprise indeed. These fellas turned up here one day a few years ago.
They don't need to live in icy cold conditions. These little penguins are very well suited to warm conditions, but they would love to have cold water. So you find them literally along the peninsula, on the west coast of Africa, and then as far afield as Port Elizabeth on our east coast.
Keep heading south and you'll end up at the Cape of Good Hope. Ride the funicular up to the top of the point where the views are spectacular, and the guides might have you on the lookout for the line where the Indian and Atlantic Oceans meet.
Okay, so technically here is where you make the division between Atlantic and Indian Ocean that way.
So there's no line.
Oh no!
The Cape of Good Hope is a national park with 40 kilometers of coastline and more than 1,000 species of indigenous plants. It's hard to resist dipping your feet in the ocean, and what better place to end your journey? Right on the southwestern tip of one of the most fascinating countries in the world, South Africa.
Marisa,